Welcome to episode 49 of the Out on Loan podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jeffrey Canova, joined by my lovely co host here in the Big Three, in Isaac Housen and Mr. Kieran, Dr. Kieran Keneally, as always. Inside joke here for any of us from our friend group. But episode 49, I can't believe it's I was looking through the script, right? And I'm looking at, what episode are we in today? 49. So the next one that we will be hosting will be episode 50, which will be, I believe, next Sunday, which will be right after the final. Because usually when we do our recaps of any certain matchups or games, we do like a match day or match day 4 or 5, live predictions or instant reactions. But the next time we have a host, we have like the podcast, we will have episode 50. So I just want to say to you two, thank you so much for being a part of it, and I can't wait for the 50th episode. But going back on track real quick, World Cup, man, knockout rounds are just about to be done with semifinals being left. A historic semifinals coming up with France versus Spain, and then obviously the big one that I just created a reel about and went a little bit viral on social media for a bit with Argentina versus England, the dream matchup that I really wanted for all 4 teams. I just wanted all of them to match up. And it's crazy to see like the historical significance for all four, because I think this is the first time that the top 4 teams in a World Cup are going head to head in terms of like the FIFA rankings. So, hey man, if there is corruption or if there's anything, I guess this kind of fuels into that conspiracy theory. Like, look, they finally got their dream matchup that they all wanted. It's gonna be big money. I know that for a fact. But before we go on to like really previewing the semifinals, we will be going into recapping like some of the games that have been going on, breaking news, all these type of things. But before we go into that, as always, big mention to Stone Pictures and Robin Stone, as always, for helping out. But much love to you, man. Thank you, as always. Boys, I think it's been almost, I think by tomorrow, 1 week since our nation got not beautifully, embarrassingly knocked out by Belgium. And I'm kind of disappointed that we weren't able to hop on and just give our recap. I just didn't feel like it, man. It's been almost a week and I'm still salty. I'm still bummed out. I'm still hurt. How are you guys feeling after the USA is like getting knocked out by Belgium?
I don't know how long we would have been able to stay on live for if we would have recorded fresh off that episode, because that was just very infuriating, because I think it also just proved a lot of things we thought going into it. At least for myself, I feel like I got a lot of my stuff fulfilled there from my critiques of that team. Whatever. I mean, we've long talked about the goalkeeping situation. That's just U.S. context wise, the worst goalkeeping mistake I've seen in a U.S. game, and it feels like quite a while. At least if you're adding into significance from freeze there, that's just pathetic. It's just one where you just don't do that. High schooler goalkeepers do it, but you're instructed at a high school level not to do stupid stuff like that. And the fact that you did it on a World Cup stage too, I would also basically say seal elimination, because there's still a chance if you don't get that, if you don't go down by one more there, that you can obviously maybe get something out of that game. That completely killed any momentum that we might have been able to have. So that's just off topic. That was terrible. I don't know. It was just pathetic, just from a lot of players I think on there. The Pulisic conversation's been interesting, because obviously with sort of what the diagnosis has been, I can understand it from a certain level. But I also do understand, I guess, Donovan and some of the other approaches from that national team method of that you're the captain to kind of go off in that situation, especially just sort of what this tournament has been, what this tournament had been hyped up to be, especially for Pulisic in this tournament as well, to sort of the outcome that we got. I mean, let's be honest though. When he came off the pitch, what was he? He was leading the entire pitch in most times displaced with the ball. I think it was 11 times he had lost the ball, 11 duels he had lost in that game. He looked horrible that game. Obviously, probably the injury was playing into a factor of that. Just a bad game all around. I think that Belgian team was. It was worse than the 5-2 game. I think you're able to go in and get a result against that Belgium squad compared to maybe the 5-2 game, which was just more of an ass kicking in every way, shape, or form. I know I jokingly talked about him as our guy to watch out for the head of the tournament. I thought he'd have a better tournament. To let Charles de Ketelaere kind of trounce you like that and dog walk you like that, Tim Ream, really, man? That's what you get when you put a near 40-year-old center person in defense, man in defense. Is he gets out jumped by a Belgian who's shorter than him. We're known as this athletic. That's what even the U.S. has staked its brand on with the players that we can create. It's these freak athletes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people who can jump in the air and
they jump in the wall. Exactly.
Touch the air, but no, we got.
Where was that athletic? None of that athleticism showed for most of that game. And like what the two guys that you walked away with like the most impressive for that game, one of them at least was Tillman. There's all the players that didn't come from like a US based system. You want to talk about fucking what is it? Don Garber, the head of US, wants to be talking about how we're going to use this as like a stepping stone in like the MLS. Is there going to be that other extension and a platform coming off this World Cup? They're going to be able to grow. Like, what the fuck are you? When have you ever watched like a World Cup or like watched the US World Cup cycle and walked away from like, okay, cool. Like our federation, one, either knows what they're doing, two, our federation has a clear plan of like what they can do, or three, they've been even shown indications that they can learn from shit blowing up in their face. Because clearly they didn't learn from it blowing up in their face in 2022. They just wanted to say, hey, we spent all this money on a manager for once in our life. That'll fix everything. Turns out it doesn't. It's I don't know. I can go on forever. I like you said talked about it before. I mean, before we started the episode, we could have a much longer conversation about the U.S. in a different episode. Just it was annoying. It's pathetic.
No, definitely. I think we will have. I think maybe when the next international tournament comes up, or not the next international break potentially comes up. I think before they play, we can really go into depth about really like the aftermath of what's been going on. But I'll give my piece as well. I think it was completely embarrassing. Still hurt. I hate Belgium for the rest of my life. Fuck them. I could care less about Spain knocking them out. But they completely deserve the win. Um, and I think really, I hope this is a wake up call. But when will ever be a wake up call until there's some actions? Because I just feel like ever since, like I'm looking back at the old teams, right, and that's why I don't blame Donovan um or Lloyd, Carly Lloyd, or any of these other USM MMT or USWMT legends come out and criticize the team because it makes sense. I mean, those are winners, and what have we done in the last few years? So just bummed out, very disappointed. But we'll wait and see what changes we'll bring up because, like you said, Isaac, I didn't even know that the two best players weren't even coming from our U.S. Academy system. So that's a wake up
The
call into how poor this system is and the way it's organized and who comes out of it and who gets the privilege to go through. You know, really have to wait and see. What will we do? Will we change it or will we not change it? But Karen, you want to
Ballot
go
was
ahead?
the other. Sorry, Ballot was the other name I could think of. Ballot and Tillman, two best
Yeah, it was
players.
Tillman and Balogun. Yeah, it clicked to me. I was like, oh wait, who's the other one? Then I was like, wait, yeah, it's Balogun, the one who had like 3 goals and literally got into a fight with like the whole world, including UEFA, which is funny how they came out, fucking hypocrites, to really cancel out the red card situation. Which yeah, it was bullshit. I think we can all agree on that. It's completely bullshit that before literally 48 hours you come in and no, sorry, 24 hours you're like, nah, yeah, we're gonna rescind it. So again, fueling more into the conspiracy theories, fueling more into like what corruption is in this fucking sport. Because if a president can come in and literally tell you, hey, give us a, look what happened. So it just there's a lot. I will say a lot with this episode. There's a lot of things that are gonna fuel the conspiracy theories for a lot of people regarding corruption in the sport. And there's a lot of examples we've seen throughout this whole tournament. And the news has been breaking out and all these type of things. It's just not looking good for FIFA. I think they're the biggest losers, and I'm happy they were because they fucked me over. I know that for sure. But Karen, go ahead. Any thoughts for you before we kind of move on from USA?
Yeah, I mean, after watching that game against Belgium, it just the question popped in my head is, did we actually make progress as a team? I don't really think so. I mean, 4 years ago, it was the same thing. You had an easy group stage where we got out of a group with what England, Wales, and Iran. What happened? The round of 16, we lost convincingly to a decent European team. 4 years later, we got out of an even easier group stage and then lose to a good European team into the round of 16. I mean, this was supposed to be the tournament for us. We talked about McKinney, Pulisic, Adams all being in their mid 20s in their prime, yet we couldn't get to a quarterfinal with this golden generation in our prime. It just made me question, like, I know there's the moral victories, but I'm kind of tired of those, to be honest with you, about more people being into the sport, getting more fans. That might be true. More people might play soccer now, but they might forget about it for the next 3.5 years until the next World Cup. Um, I don't know. I feel like I didn't learn anything new with this team. If anything, it's the continuation of what we've seen. You're good against the bad teams. You're bad against the good teams, and then the Belgium game happened, and that proved everything. I mean, they picked their worst time to have their worst ever game against Belgium, who were better than I thought they would be. I thought Belgium were going to be a disappointing
Completely
team,
agree.
but even then, that says a lot that a decent team, not even the best European team, could beat us in our own backyard pretty easily. I mean, they had 15 shots to our 3 or 4, something like that. I mean,
And you
I
can
think that
feel it
was
too.
That was the
And you
worst part,
felt
just
it, yeah.
getting yeah.
You felt it after like the first, what was it, 5 minutes? At the first shot, I was like, huh, I already felt it. Like you felt when I think a Tillman shot that shot in, and I was like, this is not good. This is already the momentum drifting. And I wanted to add on too because you remember like good teams versus bad teams. And then I remembered what Isaac said about the athleticism. I couldn't believe I saw that game. I've been raving online about how physically dominant this team was. Yet all it took was for them to take out Lukaku and De Bruyne, and all that energy and athleticism that we had just went out the door. They brought in Tillmans. They brought in who else was it that they brought? Onana. He got injured, and we had even a grace that Onana was not even playing for the rest of the game because I guarantee if he was playing for the rest, we probably even conceded more, or we wouldn't even conceded like the goals that we were or the goals that they conceded. Like that Freeman does that the Freeman Tillman free kick doesn't go in, and it is what it is with that sense. But yeah, I don't know. It just sucks that Belgium kind of figured out at the end of the tournament, like this is not the team that we want to put out. Because there's a reason why they took out De Bruyne, and you saw when they play against Spain, and you saw when they play against us, they just felt like they can win any ball that they wanted to. They didn't even start Doku for crying out loud, and we got killed without Doku for like the first 45 minutes. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Freeman, bro. I have saved in the archives of the Out on Loan podcast Opus clip reels a reel about how good you've been as a right back, and you let Leandro Trossard cook you like that. I was like, I'm not even posting this anymore. I have to delete. I have to save it for maybe another time when he pops off. But it is what it is. Isaac, any final thoughts?
I guess yeah. Like I mean, I'll do the opposite of like what I had most of the time. I guess I'll counter, not really countering any like the critiques because I think they're all valid and sort of what we talked about with this team. Is it like I think it's just another realization that we need to like be real, maybe even for ourselves. Like I'll say myself there. Maybe just be more realistic, just sort of with what we have to work with what the federation's given to us. Like there is an aspect of like getting beaten. We talk about getting beaten by that Belgium squad on home turf. But then we're just not good enough. And like I think we went in with that energy. And I think I said a lot of the reasons I felt that we were able to be successful in this tournament was off the fact that we were at home. We were going to be able to play into that. We'd obviously seen the effect it had in a lot of other countries, sort of just in history's past, and sort of with the energy that we had rolling into it. And especially you get a couple of those group stages games, and we talk about how much like form and momentum based, you build into that optimism. But like, yeah, then like you said, Freeman has a great breakout tournament. I think then it's also you had this last game, yeah, but then you also see in that game, yeah, he is someone that's still only 21 or 22 and just made a big move to Villarreal and is like just getting his feet wet in European football. And like that's a guy that we have to then turn and like hope is going to save our defense because of the situation of defenses is in. Like, and Kieran talks about with sort of like the more like, being done with the moral victories, and I very much agree with that because yeah, obviously it's great. The only way we get better as a country going forward is if more kids play the sport, more kids fall in love with the sport. And I want more people because we all enjoy the sport. Obviously, we're talking about it. We want to talk about it for a living. I would love if hundreds of thousands more people watch the sport. I mean, they're getting chucked into a meat grinder, those children. The whole soccer youth level system, like I'm not going to sit here and say it's like completely abolished pay to play because I don't think it's going to be as easy to set up as like as free as people want based off of other European models. This is not the 21st century model that we live in, a world we live in. Like, sorry guys, you guys wanted this capitalistic world, you're going to have to live and play the game with it. It's not as easy as just everything's going to be free. As much as I think it should be or would want to. I mean, I think you get into questions there. I think it needs to be broken up, down by states, and like states need to handle. It's a different conversation, but where's your trust that even if those future generations that do get involved are going to be able to be turned into a product that's worth watchable? When was the last time, not maybe you specific, but I guess more the casuals or the other people, when was the last time you watched the U20 cycle or U21 cycle? When was the last time you watched the U16, a U17 cycle, a youth tournament? Have you watched those teams, keeping up with that, seeing who gets hired in those rotations? I'm not going to sit here and get on some high horse like I've been doing that 24/7. It's only in recent years you're watching that. But you know that like that product, you see us in internet, we've gotten a little bit better. There's a little bit leveling out of that competition, but it's still not there. And there's that bit of like, I wish the federation stops thinking that they're like hot shit. Because quite frankly, like you said, when have we ever been hot shit? We keep getting embarrassed by many standards. We like, I don't know. It's annoying.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think someone said after Matt Reese's mistake, it was that's the type of error that makes people want to turn away from this sport. And I started
I
laughing.
turned the TV off. I was so mad I could not watch the game. I had to turn the game off for like 5 minutes because I was like, I can't do this. It's gonna be 5 minutes of me cussing out Freeze. I switched to the Yankees game. I swear to God. and was like, I'm like,
Yeah,
'cause
bro.
I'm
Someone,
either gonna
I started. I just had to laugh it out. Like, you know what, man? This is our level, bro. We go into Seattle. We hype the 12 man Monday Night Football, all this shit, and then I just see fucking Tim Ream just kill our hopes in like of the first minute, and then Matt Freeze
that's
just
what
kill any hope.
I joke like Neuer's ruined a generation because it's like forced every goalkeeper to like somewhat either think they have to be a sweeper keeper or like give them the confidence that they can be a sweeper keeper. Like bro, you are Matt Freeze. You are playing for New York City FC. I love you, man. You are not that guy. You cannot get off your line and play that ball like that, let alone in a World Cup knockout game. This isn't week 3 against St. Louis. This is a do or die game. You are
It
it's
is what
terrible.
it is. Yeah, but we'll be going a little bit now into some of the knockout rounds. I think the last time, Kieran, you were for like a round of 32 predictions. Um, Kieran, your bracket's looking good so far. Not too bad, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, my original bracket I made has been destroyed, but this like second attempt has actually gone pretty well.
Right.
I got the semifinal spot on. I hope I get them right. Who knows? You know, some teams win by hook or by crook, but as of now, it's looking pretty good. I'll take it.
Yeah. Isaac, I know yours is looking a little bit messy and you didn't want to look at it, but for the rules of the rules, we will be looking at it. You did have Brazil, you
Hey, I
had
didn't have
Spain coming
Colombia.
in.
No offense, the Reachers popped up there. I didn't put Colombia in my final. At least I got what 3 out of my 4 semifinals correct.
Oh yeah, I didn't. He's lucky he's not in this episode. I would have picked. I said you were really thinking Colombia were going to make that semifinal.
Like, bro, I
Crazy.
mean, like Colombia hasn't even reached a semifinal. Like Chile's at least reached a semifinal. Granted, it was like 19 something.
Hey, we all
Or
look,
even
man. We
Portugal, you
all.
know.
Yeah, he had Portugal winning it, which.
I
Hey
can
man,
get
I was.
Portugal. I could see that with the squad that they had, though. That wouldn't shock me. Pre-tournament, I should say.
Oh man, I think I've said enough about Portugal, so I won't go into them too much. Yeah, I don't know. Any standout from this World Cup so far, guys? Any like standout matchups, anything like that from that manner that you're like, you know what, man, this World Cup has been absolutely amazing in terms of like the upsets or who played, and we're just waiting for the semifinals pretty much.
I was, Kieran take this first if he wants. I don't know. I'm more waiting for the semifinals. I think the knockout stages so far has been quite
Yeah.
predictable.
No, I've been a big fan of these so far with these knockout rounds. I just wish the USA made it, but I mean that Paraguay versus France game was just absolutely chaotic. The talking points from that was just absolutely insane in regards to the senator who I don't know what in the
I
world she
don't
was thinking
think
to
do
say.
we even need to give her any more. She just it's clearly she just talk. She wants her name out there because
I
she
don't know
wants people
what
to talk
the
about it.
fuck she was saying, bro. What in the fuck was she thinking, man? Mbappe, shout out to you, man. I think he's fully embraced the role of being the anti-dictator, the dictator, with the way he's been able to get everyone on board to really like stop the nonsense that she's been spewing. But it was just funny how seeing um people. One of the funniest tweets was like Mbappe, Vinny gets racially abused like every other weekend. Yeah, Mbappe gets abused and like he's got the UN against this woman. Like I was just laughing my ass off. I was like, dude, that is so fucking funny. Um, I think that matchup was really good. It just really shed light into really the debate about South America versus European nations. Um, and that's an interesting debate that I'm gonna not think about too far because I don't think we're. I think we gotta wait till like the semifinals and the finals to really see what my stance is with that. But I thought that matchup was really good. The Netherlands versus Morocco matchup was really shocking to me, but actually really exciting. As I said with that Morocco video, like Morocco has the real chance to really pop up from the next few years with this win, quarterfinals appearance. Spain have been dominant as always, so we'll have to see with their test against France, and then we'll have to wait and see with the way England close out this World Cup with their matchup against Argentina, which obviously, like I said earlier, kind of blew up as well. Um, but yeah, I think we'll end it off with this segment here with the World Cup coming to an end. I wanted to bring up this question, right? The intros that we've been falling in love with throughout the years with the World Cups and stuff like that. I'm just sad that this intro, like, man, dude, this World Cup is starting to feel nostalgic, bro. Like, I can't believe it's been 1 month since the World Cup started with like the intros and all these type of things. My hot take, bro, is I think that this 2026 intro is up there with 2014, bro. I don't know what it is. The 24 intro with like the Brazilian kid looking over from the favelas, and he sees like the World Cup for like the Macarena, I believe, or that's what it's called, right? The stadium for Brazil, Maracanã. I'm sorry, Macarena. Jesus Christ, the Maracanã, where he's looking over and he has like that beautiful intro song. Stop laughing at me. Stop. I'm doing my best here to remember the name of the stadium, which I'm not too familiar with. Maracanã. Fuck you guys. Fuck you. But you know how like that one's so nostalgic and iconic for a lot of people. I think this new one is better than the 2022, way better than 2018, and it's competing with 2014 in my opinion. Like this song is fucking iconic. I don't know if you guys agree with that shit or not, but I just wanted to get your prediction, your thoughts. I don't know the nostalgia feelings behind this intro.
I think I gotta give it some more time. Like once the tournament is done and I have time to reflect, maybe I'll look back and be nostalgic for it. But I don't know. I still feel like 2014 is a special place in my heart. That was like the first World Cup I really remember. But I do agree that this intro actually has been better than I thought it would be. It's been a pretty good one, but it might be. But right now, I'd still go with 2014.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll just need more time. I think I'm too blinded, like similar to Kieran has said.
Yeah, no, I just think for me, man, I'm just gonna miss this intro, man. Like it's been a blast week. Like it's been so weird these last few days, just because like the first 3-4 weeks we were just like like 3 games, 2 games a week, 3 games, boom, 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 boom. Match day 9, match day this, and now it's like there's no like damn, bro, like there's no games on right now. Like this feels weird. Like this, which is why Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday are gonna be so beautiful because we got the big matches and we really cherish those big fucking matchups. But man, I just miss like I'm gonna miss it. I'm at the point now where like damn, bro, like I will not be hearing that intro. It's kind of like the guitar one too. But the guitar one is special only because like we were in college at this point. We were like watching games in our classroom and stuff, so that holds a special place too. But I just think for me, the sound, like the way the beat goes, the build up to it, the cultural importance of it with like the Scottish Army, the Norwegian Row, all these type of things. The amount of games that were being played every fucking day in the summertime too, here in our home country, bro. That for me, I'm taking that shit 24. It's up there with 20. I think the beat is better than the guitar one too. I think it's better too. I think Die Die. I've said about Die Die too. I think Die Die for like Shakira is already better than Lala from the 2014 World Cup. It's up there with 2010. Like that's just I'm putting that in my debates, and I'm curious to know what people think about that. If you are listening to this on Spotify, YouTube, and obviously the panel here as well, I just want to know your thoughts on that too. Like, what are your thoughts on like the intros and how we feeling with now like the vibe shifting into like this is the end is near. Like the World Cup is about to be done, which is crazy how fast like time has flown with this tournament and stuff. And yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think for at least for me, if not all of us, this is like the first World Cup we've watched as like adults. Even 4 years ago, we were in college, but now that we're all like post college, we're working. It does feel kind of like I haven't been able to watch all the World Cup because I've been working. I'm sure you guys have been too. So it's like I haven't seen all of it, but it's like the first. The thing I like about World Cups is that each World Cup shows where you are in life. Like this is like the first World Cup after college, so like it's a whole special place in my heart. It's like the first adult World Cup I've had, if that makes sense. Um, but I don't know. I think the Die Die song, it's all right. It's grown on me. I will say I don't think it's the best one, but it's definitely grown on me a bit. I think the more I listen to it, the more I like it, like you said, Jeff.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Any
I don't
final
know. I
thoughts?
can't give, I can't give any opinion on the music. I try not to consume any of that stuff because, like, I don't know. It's like the Hallmark Christmas. It's like the Hallmark cardification of the World Cup. I like it in some aspects. I like it if I like the music, but like, I don't know. It's whatever. Like I'm stuck on the football. This is like a larger scheme thing. This is like I don't know if it's like my hot take with like this. I'll throw in like March Madness. Like these knockouts and like as you get later in these tournaments, they get a little overrated for me. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. I like the initial like March Madness. I like the first 2 days. I like when all the teams are playing on the first couple of days. I like when you have a bunch super compact like this. I like the group stage. I like when you get game after game after game after game, or that final round, you get two at the same time competing for the end of the group. Because I think like you get that initial stage with the knockouts where you get some of those like favorites, maybe get an upset, like that varies. I don't know. Like I think it's one where like I almost get like footballed out too. I think sometimes as well. Similar with March Madness, I watch too much at front to where like. But I'll be honest. But once it gets to some of the knockouts, like if it's not the U.S. or if it's not like maybe like a France or something, like I'll admit I'm not into it as much because like I think I've watched and consumed so much that it's almost like I get like beat over the head with football. Sometimes you like it, sometimes it works. Like I mean, like that Netherlands Morocco game you talked about, like that's a good one. That's one where you just I'm assuming it's gonna be a little bit more dull going into it. Boom, you get a great game like that. But like I'll counter with like some of those like France Paraguay, like that was one of the most unwatchable games like in the entire tournament for me. Like there's been a few games in here like I couldn't even I can't even be asked to like keep up with after halftime. Some of these knockouts. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. I'll be the opposite of Jeff. With this being in our home country, this won't have as much. I think as much of like a lasting effect as even like a 2022 or like a 2014 has had with me. I don't know if that's a hot
Yeah.
take or not, but
I mean, yeah, no, that I don't think that's a hot take because I think we have to wait for that take to really, what's the word, marinate and see just where it goes later on into the tournament because we do have some exciting matches that we will go into as we close off this segment. But we have Spain and France, and then England and Argentina. That can be iconic match. We're like, holy shit, we can talk about this for the rest of our lives. You know what I'm saying? But I think with Qatar, I think obviously that final was just iconic. So you just automatically think of Mbappe and Messi getting his World Cup, and then the Mbappe hat trick and all these type of things. But yeah, no, I just wanted to get your thoughts on how we're feeling with the tournament closing off. Just some brief, little thoughts before. Obviously, we talk semifinal and play the game today later. And then obviously we'll do like a full like how we feeling, blah 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 discussion like right when the final ends. But before we go into recapping the semifinals, as always, please give much love to our man still at Stone Pictures, Mr. Robin Stone. Much love to you as always. Thank you for helping out and creating the content. Much love to you for all the hard work you've been putting in this last few weeks with the World Cup, and to Noah Randall as well, man. Much love to you as always, my brother. But World Cup semifinals are here, and the first one that we got obviously is going to be France versus Spain, a matchup that um I've been waiting to see happen, especially with the way you saw like the brackets going on and stuff like that, whether they were going to meet up in the final or in the semifinal, quarterfinal matchup, and obviously we have this in the semifinal. France coming in with a very impressive displays this whole tournament, I would say, in terms of like carrying the expectations. One of my biggest concerns was how their offense was going to click with the amount of players that they have. With Mbappe coming in from the season he had, obviously Olise, we had no question marks on him. Dembele with his performances with the national team, who was going to be starting, who's going to be the left wing, what is the midfield going to look like, and I think exceeded or met all those expectations. I wouldn't say exceeded just yet, just because of the opponents they've played so far. But they did take care of business, and they've looked firing on all cylinders, especially Elise, who's been absolutely standout for this French team, and I think their defense as well. Spain, very tricky as well. I think they've also kind of met expectations, although I do think they've been kind of unlucky and unfortunate with some of the injuries that they face in terms of their attackers. I think I wasn't expecting Nico Williams to not be present at all this tournament just because of the injuries that he's faced. Obviously, we had Fermin Lopez got injured as well, but I think they exceeded the expectation in terms of how good they've been defensively. Although I will say that their defense has been kind of like France, just haven't been tested that well just yet. But I think both teams will kind of see who's the best team, from the two. And like I said, as well to a lot of my people and friends, I think whoever wins this wins the final. The winner of this comes in and wins the final because I don't care who comes out from Argentina and England, and that's going to be a great matchup. I think both of these teams can rip apart any of those other two teams in the final. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but that's my take personally. But I don't know your thoughts on the semifinal, guys, before we kind of continue in discussing.
Yeah, I think this will probably be I think this will be the better matchup. I think in terms of like the quality of the football will be better. I know England and Argentina have like the rivalry. That'll be a very significant game, but I think with the football France and especially Spain play, it might be more pleasing on the eye as a neutral. Um, I gotta say, I feel like this game would favor France more if I was to predict, just because Spain are gonna want to have a lot of the ball, control the game, and yet France, I mean, their forwards are great on the counterattack. They absolutely love just those transitions. So I wonder how Spain are going to do with that, because I know their fullbacks like to press up and join the attack. So do Spain adjust the way they play? But on the alternative, I don't know if Luca Digne could contain Lamine Yamal in this game. So France have weaknesses as well, but I think this will be the game to watch. I think it'll be a better, entertaining game. Could be an extra time game.
Yeah, Isaac.
yeah, just kind of echoing sort of both what you had said. I think this is also sort of leads into the point I just talked about, sort of with like not as satisfied with this tournament, because I think a lot of it has led to like this moment. I think you talked about seeing this like sort of once we realized like the bracket could fall like this, kind of I almost sort of feel like we penciled this game into a lot of our heads, sort of right into a semifinal, and like now it's finally here, which is nice. Yeah, I mean, I think even for Spain, like to that point that Kieran brought up, it's like, can they do something different? I think as well. I think sometimes with the what you can see in these games is what does Spain do to tweak their lineup a little bit? You know, France is probably expecting them to come out wanting for that a lot of that possession, and vice versa. Spain's probably maybe coming out assuming France wants to fight them on the counterattack, knowing that they can beat them. Maybe that means France switches things up and looks to dominate more of the ball and keep things away from Spain, or vice versa, where maybe Spain wants to sort of change the way that maybe even just change sort of what they're having their fullbacks do sort of in this game as well. Yeah, I'm still in on Spain. Like they're my pick. Like I think just from like a unit, they've seemed like much more of a unit. I think this French team has very much been led by like the attack. Not that their defense obviously hasn't been good. Upamecano's back there, but yeah, I don't know. There's something about this like Spain unit and the way that they've been working together that has me really high and bullish on them for this game.
Yeah, I think I agree with everyone, which is why like whoever comes out, like I said, just wins it. Which is why like I'm gonna pick France obviously because I have them going into the final. But I also think kind of mirroring what Kieran said. Um, a lot of people have been very critical of France, and I kind of go back to the discussion of low blocks. The last few games that France have been playing has been against low blocks. The game against Sweden was in a low block, although I don't think Sweden were that good defensively enough to really contain them. Paraguay, we knew coming in, they're gonna make this game a living hell for France. They're gonna put fucking 10 people behind if they have to, just to take it to penalties. We didn't know how long they were gonna survive, but I knew this was gonna be a tough and gruesome game for France. Where if I see them score 2 or 3, then I just don't see anybody like just stopping the attack. And I guess they kind of were in that sense because it did break them down with Desiree Doué coming in, and getting that penalty. But still, I still don't see the fully perfection from that France attack just yet in that matchup. But I think in that game against Morocco, it just felt like, man, they're starting to click, man. Like this is it. Like they were, and Morocco went into the same type of approach. We're like, okay, we're gonna sit a little bit more deeper, and when we try to hit them on a break, we're gonna do the best we can. But that France team, man, the way the synergy that they have, even when it's not the way that they want to play, because like Kieran said, this is a team that wants to play in the transition. You have 4 players that want to play in the counter. Where if you give them space, and as we saw, I think a game against Iraq where they were just running at guys, they are so fucking dangerous. You cannot mess with that. You cannot give them too much space because you have Mbappe running in behind. You have Olise going in there and picking out his passes and dropping deep and going on the wings. And then you have Doué or Barcola where he might start against France. I'm very curious to see who Deschamps start, whether it'll be like Desiree Doué or Barcola. But you have those type of way, and then you have Dembele, who's been clinical as well this tournament with the goal you saw against Morocco as well. So against Spain, I think Spain, well, like you said, Isaac, we'll have to wait and see whether they're going to change their approach and be the one that sits deep and hits them on the break. But even if they try to do that, I don't think Spain wants to approach it that way because the one player that has been so good and their key player is going to be Lamine Yamal. And we saw against Morocco as well. I just wasn't impressed with how, well, not impressed. I was very impressed, sorry, with how France were able to kind of contain and shut down those counterattacks with the 2 best center backs in the world, in my opinion, and Upamecano and William Saliba. I mean, getting through those 2 is just going to be almost fucking impossible for like a Mikel Oyarzabal, for a Lamine even who hasn't just looked at 100%. But this is what makes Spain tough. Like if they do play the game in creating chances against the low block, they're the best team to do that because they have, like you said, Isaac, the unity to just pick out passes and movements and key figures. You have that bastard in Mikel Merino who's now retired, my guy Kroos, Ronaldo, and fucking Courtois now. Thank you. Getting into the box and crashing in. So you have that kind of weapon in there. But I think, like Kieran said, I think France are going to sit deep. They're going to play the one. They're going to want to play their game, and you're going to see the full force of the attack be lightning through. But the question mark will be, can France be able to sustain this? And the midfield battle too. That's the other thing. But I think we've been kind of sleeping on France's midfield as well. I think Kone has been absolutely amazing. I think Rabiot is starting to really shut me up and show me why he starts for that fucking team every single year that there's a World Cup tournament or plays high minutes. I'm like, you know what? That makes sense now. Now I see why. Because you're such a fucking unit to win the ball back. You can give the ball to the attackers. You don't have no ego. You have no issues. You just sacrifice for the team. And, we'll see how he and I think Kone will start against Spain. And if not, Chouameni will come in or Kone comes into the second half where the Tchouaméni comes back. But I think midfield they have it. They have a solid midfield. I think defense is top notch, and I think their attack is just the best. And I think the way the game is going to be set up, I think France can easily get this done. But yeah, pretty much it. Quick thoughts here before we move on to England and Argentina. Emmanuel Kone, are you taking that as a replacement? I think he's been arguably been France's best midfielder alongside Rabiot.
I feel conflicted with him because yes, I have been impressed with his World Cup. I think he's been playing very well, but the reason why we didn't sign Ederson ultimately is because he had some sort of injury problem. And if you look at Kone, he's missed a lot of games through injuries. He's a very injury-prone player, so it's like, do you risk signing someone like that who could be very good for you, but also you don't know if he's going to be fit? I wouldn't complain though, because I think we could get him for like 50 million from Roma, which that's a really good deal compared to other midfielders and how expensive they are. But part of me also thinks maybe a Carlos Baleba would be a good alternative just because he's younger, Premier League proven, not as injury prone. But if we sign Kone, I would absolutely take him. I couldn't complain with signing someone like that. He's had a great World Cup.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Got you. So next matchup that we have will be England, obviously, versus Argentina. A matchup that obviously I've talked about so many times throughout the last few days. Historic matchup that started in 1962 with an England win, 1966 with an England win, and then the shift kind of changed here as well with an Argentina win, the iconic Maradona handball, then the iconic Diego Simeone red card over David Beckham, which ended in Argentina going through on pens, and obviously 202. And I think what was it, the group stage? England got that 1-0. Well, that eventually did send out Argentina out the group that 1 year in 2002. Another back here in what I believe is the semifinal. Sorry, not another semifinal because they played in the quarterfinals, but this is another semifinal here for England. I think what was it, their fourth one historically, which is insane. I didn't know how much England have failed so much on the international stage when it comes to the World Cup. But here we are. What are our feelings for this matchup, boys?
Man, this is. I still like if I had to pick one, I'd go Argentina. I'm gonna say by hook or by crook because I think there has been controversy with them. They've gotten some very interesting decisions their way. But England, I mean, that's a team you almost don't want to play in this tournament. England almost could beat anybody on their day. They're a very resilient group. They have a great mentality, as you saw against Norway. I mean, the way they can stay in games is really impressive. But it's an interesting matchup too because I don't think England or Argentina have been great. I don't think neither team has played particularly well. They haven't been convincing, to be honest with you. But then again, you don't have to be perfect in a tournament. I mean, 4 years ago, I wouldn't say Argentina were flattering, but they still won the whole thing. But I think this is a very evenly contested matchup. Two top teams who have not been great, but have so many good players. Um, but I don't know, man. My problem is that England, they historically have just, like you said, choked these kind of games. They just have not gotten over the line. So will that happen again? Will they just fall at the final hurdle? But I think Tuchel's really improved the mentality of this England roster. They seem a lot more resilient now. So I'm going to say it goes to penalties ultimately, but Argentina win because I think having Emi Martinez, that's such a huge advantage in a PK. I don't like Emi Martinez, but like, man, he's so good when it comes to saving pens. That's the guy you want in your corner for this type of game.
I thought we were gonna get penalties in last night's quarterfinal matchup between Argentina and Switzerland. And I was like, man, what's the point, man? People's just gonna say fucking everything because he's like probably the best goalkeeper when you want in a penalty shootout in terms of like this and the things he says. But Argentina eventually did go through. But I'm sorry, Isaac. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. What was your
No,
thought?
I didn't have really. It's fine. I didn't have much. I think my only prediction with this game is that I can give no prediction because I don't know what to expect, what this game's even going to look like. You know what I mean? Like I think you talk a lot about the resilience. I can see an Argentina domination on paper, with England clawing back and getting a late result, or just sticking in it and fighting out a result. And I can see either of these two sides, like you said, with like the moments of not brilliance, but the moments of great play that they've had, maybe finding its way into formatting itself over 90 minutes and then like going in and getting a result. Like if I walk out of this game, you tell me that it went to pens or that Argentina and England like won either way, like I'm going to believe it. I think you talked about Tuchel there. It's been great. I think that I don't know, just as like a Bayern fan, like the one thing I always see, or at least feel like I saw him critiqued with, was sort of like the man management aspect that came with being a manager and that personable side. That clearly doesn't fucking matter for these types of tournaments. Pardon my French. We talked a lot about ahead of it, where like it comes down to how these managers know how to manage in a knockout style format. And Tuchel's obviously shown that he very much knows how to do that. Like that Chelsea Champions League is going to be so fun to look back on, I think, and even in another 10, 15, 20 years, and sort of just like how that's going to stick out. And I think even how that's going to stick on more Tuchel's legacy than any of the other players sort of in that squad. I mean, you have like your Mason Mounts is in there, like Pulisic is in there. Like you're gonna have players that are gonna be known, like maybe their career highlights are gonna be that Champions League. But I think it's one that still very much is gonna be associated with Tuchel, especially with the way that he was able to sort of coach that squad. That I have no way to guess what's gonna even happen. I just feel like something stupid, like a bit of tomfoolery. That's the only thing that I can predict in this game. Is I'm gonna predict some tomfoolery to happen. That's about it.
Fair enough. Well, what I'm predicting is there's going to be fights in the stands, which I can't wait to see videos of on Men in Blazers on the Men in Blazers Instagram account. I can't wait to be bantering my Argentinian cousin. Shout out to you, Santi. When we're going back and forth about the bickering between the English and the English and the Argentinian fan base and the historic context of that. But here's what I think. I'm gonna go with England, as I did have them going into my final, and here's one of the reasons why. I think with this Argentina team, I'm just concerned with their defense. I that game. Look, we can say what we want about the red card, the controversy, and everything. Embolo was stupid for that dive, in my opinion. Only because I think Switzerland were building up really good momentum. The way they were moving the ball, the speedness, everything. The way they were able to move the ball and really cause danger towards that Argentina backline was kind of concerning if I'm an Argentina fan, because I don't think Switzerland have like these elite fucking players to really break you down, but they were just moving the ball. And then you see the games against Cape Verde, against Egypt, how susceptible they are, Argentina, to the counterattack. And I was like, man, what if they play? Like, that's why I said, like, whoever comes out, I just don't trust their defense as well, because I can say the same thing about England and the way they played against Norway and all these things. But I think with the personnel that England have and the way in which they can hurt that Argentina backline by sitting deep and hitting them on the break, um, and the way that I also think Argentina don't have that much width on the wings. They really are central with the way Messi plays, with the way Alvarez plays, with the way the midfield come together, which makes them dangerous. I think England have the personnel to really close down those lanes and just kind of shut that down. Especially with like when you have this guy over here who I can't wait to see in this matchup, only because Jude Bellingham is a player that can win you a game not only through offensively, but I'm very curious to see whether they'll give him an assignment and just be like, yo, you're going to have to man mark someone on this team, especially in those central areas where you like to be. And I think besides his offensive and his goals, his offensive talent, I think his defensive talent is so slept on in this world, which is so weird. So maybe we might see him do some type of specific assignment where like he can definitely close down those lanes when he's sitting in the low block or whatever it may be, and then just hit them on the break. And I could see a good game for Gordon as well. And I think a good game from either Madueke or Saka, who starts. Although I would probably start Madueke with the way he can bring that pace in. Not so much the decision making, but I think definitely on the wing, on the pace, and all these type of things. And then obviously you have Kane and Jude just running in wherever they want to be. So I think their attack is going to be the strongest that Argentina faced throughout this whole tournament. I think their midfield is going to be the strongest that Argentina is going to face this whole tournament. And I think defensively as well, I think they will be tested because it's fucking Messi and Julian Alvarez. That's going to be tough, but I think they have the personnel to really clog down that lane, hit them on the break, and just really put the bad Argentina. I think I can really just see that. But again, like you guys said, like it's football. Who knows? Maybe Gordon is just not on it, and maybe Madueke is just doing stupid things. And like you said, it might be a moment of tomfoolery where someone gets a stupid red card, and then that's the game. That's it. Or England go through. But
Or it's another broadcast cable hitting the ball.
that was dude. I couldn't believe when I saw the video. I was like, "There's no way they did not."
I've never seen that happen before in my
Never in my life,
experience as a
too.
soccer fan.
Who? It was the goalkeeper that kicked all the way up, right? If I'm not
It
mistaken.
was Norway's goalie, yeah.
Oh my lord! I cannot believe. Cannot believe. Oh my god! Some crazy stuff in this World Cup. That Mbolo. I still can't get over that Mbolo. I can't get over it. What was he thinking? Like I honestly want to know what was he thinking. I really want. What? Why would you do that? Why? Like, did you not think they were gonna catch you, bro? Did you not think they were gonna catch you? I thought the Kane. Remember that Kane one that he had against the Republic of Congo? how he had like the 2 feet and then he just leaped in the air like a dog. I couldn't believe when Embolo did that. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, why? Why would you do that? Why? You know that's gonna and you have a yellow too, bro. They could have beat Argentina. I'm telling you, man. Switzerland, if they had all 10 men, I think they would have beaten. The momentum of the game was just screaming for a Switzerland second goal, man. I really think they would have probably knocked out Argentina at that point. I really do, but it is what it is at this point. At this point now, because now we have a good matchup, semifinal matchups between England and Argentina. So don't mind it too much. But before we go into our game that Mr. Isaac has made for us, and we really appreciate him for that. As always, please go out and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. More content will be coming up as we have the semifinals and obviously the final heading up this coming week and the coming days as well. But Mr. Housen, you got the game for us, man. Please quickly just recap it for all of our listeners and read all of our listeners out there.
Yeah, Jeff said he wanted something fun for this episode, so I figured with semifinal time, create a little bit of semi-final trivia sort of doing. It's my thing. I'd like it to be my thing at least, sort of going forward. So I got some for both Jeff and Kieran. They're going to be competing against each other. Yeah, I have a wheel that is perfect, Jeff. Like right on time. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful co-host right here. Yeah, it's every year of the World Cup except for 2014. That'll sort of be our final Jeopardy style. Jeff and Kieran will take turns. I'll spin the wheel. They will get a year. They'll have to try to name the teams from that semifinal matchup or matchups in that year. They'll get a point for each team they can name correctly. They'll get another point if they're able to guess the correct score line. And then they'll get a point per player they can guess correctly that scores that's scored in that game. For the players, it'll be they get one guess. If they get it right, they can keep guessing. One incorrect guess will just end it sort of for that team on that score line. Most points wins at the end of the day. Yeah, I don't know. Between the two, you just want to for who goes first, or is there any? I don't know how you guys want to break that up. But I mean, I can think of a number in my head if you want to. If you want to yeah, I'll do that. I'll think of a number 1 through 10 in my head. Closest to it, we'll get it. Just give me a second. We'll go with that's my number. Okay. Give me a guess. You're muted, Jeff.
I'll go
5.
I'll go 6.
Kieran, it was 8. You get it. You get the choice.
Oh.
Would you like to go first, or would you like to default to Jeff on the first spin?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Go first. Okay. Give it the first spin. Kieran's first year. Hoping is something easy. Oh, I think this is literally the first one.
That's the worst one.
So Kieran is starting out with 1930. I guess I'll give you a warning. If you keep a mind out, especially with this 1930, maybe there's a hint for you, Jeff. You can't get too mad. Keep in mind, countries have changed names. Some countries don't exist anymore. I will preface I won't be annoying in this aspect. I understand it's like West Germany for a lot of other like old times. If you can just say Germany in general for that. But 1930, okay. What 4 countries? The first ever World Cup. No, there wasn't really an official semifinal bracket, although I went off like sort of what Wikipedia considered the semifinal. Kieran, 4 of the countries that played in the 1930 World Cup semifinals.
I know Uruguay was one because they won the tournament.
Yes.
The other 3. I'll go with England.
No.
Surely? No? Okay. Am I out then, or do I?
No, for countries, I'll give you get 2 more guesses. You get the 4. Okay. You get 4 guesses for the countries.
Argentina.
Yes.
Okay. Should have guessed that. I'll
go
Brazil.
I'll give the answer. No. So you get 1 more guess. Uruguay and Argentina did not play each other. They played 2 other countries. So you get the 1 more guess to guess one of those 2.
Okay. I'll go with Germany.
No. So Uruguay will play and defeat, but I won't tell you the score. Obviously, you get to guess that. Yugoslavia in their matchup.
Okay.
Argentina will beat the United States, actually, in theirs to go on to the final against Uruguay, which they will then eventually lose. So you have Uruguay and Yugoslavia and Argentina and USA. What do you think the scoreline was for Uruguay, Yugoslavia? Just shoot out a guess.
2-1.
6-1 Uruguay. Argentina, US. You want to take a guess on that one?
3-0.
Also 6-1 on that game, funny enough, as well. I don't think I'm going to guess. Do you want to take a guess at any of the players? Do you think you could levy a guess towards any of those players that scored in any of those two games?
No, I could not. I could not name a single player from that time.
You guys want to hear the names, I guess? I just do have them written down.
Yeah.
Sure.
We got Jose Saya, scores 3 times for Uruguay, Juan Pellegrino Anselmo, and Victoriano Santos Irate,
Yeah, bro,
or
dude.
his
I'm not
nickname,
gonna get
El
any of his
Canario.
fucking names.
For Yugoslavia, Dorde Vujanovic will score. And then for Argentina, USA, it's not actually him. The funk singer James Brown will get the US goal. Luis Felipe Monti, Alejandro Scopielli Casanova, Guillermo Stabile, and Carlos Destiero Peculier. The last two will score 2 goals each. So they had 4 different goal scorers for Argentina in that game. But 2 points to start us off for Argentina and Uruguay. Kieran, I'm sorry, that was like the toughest one to get. We'll see if Jeff can match it with 1934 here. But Jeff, your
I
spin
hope
is
he
up.
does.
Jeff, your year will be 1990. Okay, so I feel bad, Kieran. I'm sorry, that obviously is a little bit easier off the bat, but Kieran currently in the 2-0 lead. Okay, 1990. You have 4 guesses for the 4 countries that played in the 1990 World Cup final. What are those 4 guesses?
I'm gonna go with Argentina, Germany.
Do them one at a time. So Argentina, yes. You're going Germany,
Yeah.
also yes. Technically West Germany at the time, but yes.
I don't have not them. Netherlands.
No. One more guess.
Fuck.
I'll give you this because I
Croatia.
did it for Kieran. No,
Croatia.
no Croatia. Nope.
Damn it.
So Argentina will play and beat Italy.
Fuck! It was Italy. Damn it! I was thinking of one of those big nations. Damn it. Okay.
And West Germany will beat as well England in the other semifinal matchup.
Oh my
You wanna take
god!
a
I was
guess?
just supposed to say in England. Oh.
So both of these teams will go. Both of these games will go to pens. So obviously draw. What was the score of the Argentina-Italy game that went to pens?
4-3.
No, 1-1. West
1-1?
Germany, England. Well, I'm not counting pens. I'm saying the score that went to go independence. Yeah.
What was the other semifinal you just said?
West Germany, England. Scoreline that
West
took them
Germany.
into pens.
I'm gonna go with Germany 3-1.
Germany 3-1. No, there's also 1-1 that would also go to pens as well. So nothing on the scoreline. Okay, Argentina, Italy. Since it is a 1-1 game, can you get
Maradona scored. Maradona.
No, Maradona does not score for Argentina. Do you want to take a guess at who can score for Italy?
No, I don't have no idea for Italy at that time.
Salvatore Schiacchi. I'm going to butcher some of these last names. I apologize.
I imagine I didn't know him.
1-1 game for the West Germany, England. Who scored for Germany in that game? I believe this was a FIFA legend, I would say. I think even had a legend card. No, Andreas Andy Brem. And then who scores for England? You would definitely know this England name. During
the 90s. Fuck, I'm trying to remember. Lineker.
Yes, Gary Lineker is the goal scorer for that.
There we
Jeff
go.
gives you actually the 3 points. You were tied on 2 there with Kieran. So now Jeff takes the 3
Gary Lineker. Thank you,
coming
Gary.
out of his round 1 as well. Kieran, it switches back to you. Oh, Kieran, I am sorry.
Oh. 1958.
I swear to God, if you get like another easy one, Jeff, next, I think I don't know what you did. Okay. 1958. I will say 3 out of these 4, I think you can very much get. But anyway, Kieran, you have 4 guesses for the 4 teams in the 1958 World Cup semifinal.
Can you tell me the host country, or is that no?
You know what? Actually, I can. I'll have to pull it up on a separate tab, but I will do that. Jeff, going forward, you can get those as well. Let me just pull it up to make sure. I want to make sure. Let me just. Where's Wikipedia? Our handy friend Wikipedia. What year's 1958?
Yes.
I think Sweden was the host of this.
I'll go Sweden as a guess. I know they went far in the
Yes,
tournament.
Sweden is
Okay,
one
let's
of these ones.
go.
Sweden does
Yes.
make the semifinals. They will actually go to the
Uh,
final too.
oh, they go to the final. Okay. West Germany.
Yes, they will actually play Sweden. So yes, back-to-back correct guesses. So you just are looking
Okay.
for the other semifinal matchup.
Uruguay.
No. One more guess.
The Netherlands or Holland.
No. It is Brazil and France will meet in that other
Oh,
semifinal game with Brazil
okay.
winning to go on to the final against Sweden. Do you want to take a guess at the scoreline for Brazil-France?
I'll go 3-1.
5-2.
Okay.
And then Sweden-Germany.
1-0.
3-1 Sweden. Okay, 5-2. We'll do Brazil first. How many? Start guessing goal scorers. You get a point for each one correct.
Pele? Or
Yes,
is
Pele
done?
will get a hat trick in that game.
Oh, okay.
He will be 3 of the 5 goals. You have 2 other goal scorers.
I'll be honest, that's the only one I would have known. I have no idea for any of the other.
Vava and Didi are the other. I sort of went by their more common Brazilian names, I guess. So
Yeah.
those are the other 2 goal scorers for Brazil. France, you have 2 goal scorers.
I have no idea. I don't know any French players from that time.
Just Luis Fontaine and Roger Piantini will be the 2 goal scorers for France. I mentioned it was a 3-1 for Sweden, Germany. I don't know if any of the Sweden players, you want to take a guess at any of those? I don't know.
I'll
Yeah.
pass.
Naka is his nickname, Skoglund. Johan Gunnar Grend and Kurt Roland Hamren will be the 3 goal scorers for Sweden. And then you have 1 goal scorer for Germany. Do you want to wager a guess? You do have Jeopardy rules, so if you get the last name right, you will still get the point.
Close. Is that his
Hans
last name?
Schaefer will be your
Okay.
goal scorer. Either way, you are now on 5 points. You are walking out of here with the 5-3 lead over Jeff. Jeff, now it'll default. Now
Just wanted to clarify for you, Isaac. We'll do 5 rounds, so I think we're in round 2 for Kieran.
Yes,
I mean,
yes. This is
okay,
round 2.
cool. Yeah, so we'll do 5 rounds in total. Just I would love to play longer, but I think we have to keep it
time. Yeah. No, that's good. I'm
but
just
5
making
rounds
sure.
I think will be perfect because if we're trying to go through 1950s, bro, we're fucking uneducated. I'm not gonna lie.
So that was what?
I'm not gonna guess 1934, bro. But you good?
Well, Jeff, your second wheel spin. We'll see if you get a little bit of luck here on this one. Actually, I would feel really bad for Kieran too as well if he gets like a 2018 or something like that. Okay, here we go, Jeff. Jeff looks like he'll get a 1970. Okay, Jeff can get the ball test.
Okay. Damn, I wish it was
like the host nation.
Yeah, give me the host nation.
1970 World Cup, I believe, was Mexico. Okay, so this is your second. You are currently on 3 points. 1970. 4 guesses for your 4 countries in the semifinals. What is your first guess?
I'm gonna go with Argentina.
No Argentina.
Brazil.
Yes, Brazil will be one of them. So you have 2 more guesses left.
Netherlands.
No, 1 more guess.
Italy.
Italy is correct. That is the one of the other semifinal games. Your 2 matchups will be Brazil and Uruguay, with Brazil getting the victory, and then Italy getting the victory over West Germany. Want to wager a guess at the scoreline for Brazil, Uruguay?
Brazil, Uruguay. I'm gonna go Brazil 3-1.
Yes, correct. Yes, Brazil 3-1.
Fuck yeah.
As well. Italy, West Germany. What is the score of that game?
I'm gonna go 2-1. Italy.
4-3 Italy.
Fuck.
Okay. Brazil will have 3 different goal scorers. You want to take a wager, a guess? There is definitely, before you wager a guess, Jeff, there is one that you should know the name of. The other 2, maybe you would, but there is one that is a name.
From Italy, correct?
No, for Brazil. This is Brazil's.
Brazil? Oh,
3 different
Pele.
goal scorers. No, Pele does not score. You were out on Brazil. The 3 goal scorers for Brazil in that game are Clodoaldo, I think, De Santana, Jarzinho and Rivellino will get the goals in that
Fuck,
game.
I should have known it was Darzinho. Damn it.
You have
Okay.
one goal scorer for Uruguay. Want to take a guess? This is another
No,
name I had.
I have no clue from Uruguay's dinosaur eras of World Cup champions.
Luis Alberto Cubilla Almeida is the goal scorer for Uruguay in that game.
No
Okay,
fucking clue who that is. But he's a legend, so I'll give him his respect.
4-3, Italy, West Germany. You have 4 different goal scorers for Italy, although I haven't heard of any of them. Do you want to just you want the
No,
names?
skip. I have no clue of Italy players back in the States,
Roberto
man.
Boninsegna, Tarasisio Berngovic, Luigi Gigi Riva, and Gianni Rivera are the 4 goal scorers for Italy. You have 2 different goal scorers, so one player for Germany will score 2. You want to give a wager for Germany. Another one, though, I will say, for this German team at this time, there's a name you should know. There's a name you should know from doing shows with me
Muller.
as well. Gerd Muller will get 2 goals. You will get a point for Gerd Muller. The other goal scorer for Germany in that game.
No clue.
Nope. Karl-Heinz Schnellinger.
Yeah.
But you do get, I believe, 3 points in that round. You are now currently sitting on 7 to Kieran's 5. So the 2-goal lead.
This is a tight matchup, bro. We got 3 more. This is a tight matchup.
Kieran, for your third round, I will now spin the wheel.
I hope it's something from this century, bro.
For everyone's sake here, I very much hope so.
Oh my god. I jinxed it, man.
Oh my god.
38.
Is that like the 3rd ever World Cup too? Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the 3rd ever World Cup. Okay, because I got to give you I'll give you a hint on this one. The one random country on here is it is of my ethnicity, so you might have heard me reference them as well. On
Hungary.
My grandmother's side. Yes, it is Hungary. Kieran does give one correct yes.
Thank you, Isaac. That was
Mickey Mouse.
No, I'll give him. That's because Kieran's been paying attention. He knows the heritage. You have. Oh, do you want the host country? I guess.
Yes, that would be nice.
1938 host country. Okay, good. France, because I didn't want to say it was Nazi Germany at the time. I think it was France because you look at the country's and they had the German flag at the time. You saw my mouth just drop on camera a little bit. I believe it was France for that one. But it was between France and Germany. Okay, 1938. You have 1 correct guess for Hungary. 3 more guesses out there for the other 3 countries.
Uruguay.
No. 2 more guesses.
Italy.
Yes.
Okay.
1 more. Okay, Hungary plays another team and Italy plays another team, so you got 2 of the matchups correctly. You're just looking for one of those 2 teams that they played.
France?
No. It will be Hungary versus Sweden. Did not know Sweden had been in 2 World Cup semifinals. And Italy, Brazil. You want to take a guess at the Hungary scoreline? Hungary-Sweden game. Hungary will win.
4-2.
5-1.
Okay.
Italy, Brazil. Italy will win.
Classic 1-0. Sounds like Italy.
2-1.
Oh my god, he was close. He was close, bro. Dude, you've been spot on with those last 2, but you're just like a goal away for each.
Yeah.
Dude, that is crazy. Italy, 2-1.
Hungary has 4 goal scorers. Do you want any guesses at any last names? You get a guess and you can throw out a last name.
Puskas.
No. Sven Lamart Jakobsen, Paul Titkos, Gjola Zelinger, this is one of those ZSs, he scores twice, and Georgi Sarosi. I don't know. And Sweden, it is Arne Gustav Julius Nyberg. I don't. And then Italy, Brazil, you're not going to get the names. It's Yono Colosuni and Giuseppe Mieza. And then Brazil is just Romeu. Is just the name. It was just Romeu. But you are now tying Jeff, though. 7 apiece. Kieran now obviously finishing up his 3rd round. Jeff is now waiting his 3rd round. We'll see if this is. And Jeff wants to talk about Mickey Mouse. We'll see him get 2018 here, I bet. We'll talk about Mickey Mouse.
2010, probably.
Okay.
Oh.
1994, bro. 1966. Oh, this is easy.
66.
All right.
Would you like the host country?
I think this one is. Wait. What country was it?
You want the host country? You want the host country?
Is it Mexico, right?
It is. I think it is England, actually.
Is it England? No, I'm tripping. 1966.
No.
No. My bad. Completely wrong.
Okay.
I'm missing my eras.
Four countries for your
All right.
4 semifinal spots. What will start your guesses? You got 4 guesses.
1966 was the last year England won the World Cup and their first one ever and their only one ever. So England's definitely one of them.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Argentina be another one because I just remember looking at
Nope.
no tripping.
No.
Damn.
2 more guesses.
West Germany or Germany.
Yes,
Just Germany.
West Germany is one of the other teams. You have one more guess to guess one of the other 2 countries.
Let's go with Italy again.
No, it will be West Germany will beat the Soviet Union, and England will beat Portugal in their matchup. You want to take a guess at the West Germany Soviet Union score?
No.
Well, you want a point?
Oh. I'm gonna go with Germany. 3-1.
2-1 Germany.
Fuck, was that close? Fuck. What was it? England versus Portugal?
Yep, England will win.
2-0.
2-1 again in this game as
Oh
well.
my god, bro!
One goal.
Fuck! Oh my god!
Would you? Okay, West Germany, Soviet Union. Do you want to guess the Soviet Union goal score?
No,
probably.
I have no.
Yeah, Valery Porkuyan. Don't know. Okay, West Germany. They will have 2 goal scorers. You want to take a guess? Again, 1966, West Germany.
Muller again.
No. You have Helmut Haller, which is the one I wouldn't think you get. Franz Beckenbauer is the other goal scorer for Germany in this game.
Keep on forgetting about
Okay, England, Portugal. You both have only 1 goal scorer in for both teams. England's, he does have 2 goals in that game. Who is England's goal scorer?
Bobby Charlton.
It is Bobby Charlton. That's a brace in that game. Portugal. Who is the lone goal scorer for Portugal in that game?
I'm gonna say Eusebio.
It is Eusebio.
Okay, nice.
A very important round there from Jeff, walking out now, currently situated on 11 points to Kieran's 7. So going to need a big round. Yeah, the goal scorers were able to help out in that one.
Kieran's gonna need 2018, bro.
He needs a 21st century one really soon.
Yeah, he needs one.
It's gonna be
this will be spin 4 for Kieran. Okay. I think a very important.
Oh my god! Of course!
Yes.
Oh my god! He's gonna
call. Let's go.
You need the host country.
Damn it!
Okay. You have 4 guesses. What are the 4 host?
Come on! Don't choke! Don't be like England.
Okay, 2022 semifinalists. It was France versus Morocco.
Yep, I'm just making sure I get these points. Yep.
And Argentina against Croatia.
Yes. What is the score? Argentina will win, obviously. What is the score of that Argentina-Croatia game?
See, this is the part I don't remember. 2-0?
No, Jeff, you want to guess? This will not count towards your points, Jeff.
I think what was it? 3-0?
It was 3-0. Do not worry, Jeff will not get the point. France-Morocco, what was the score of that game?
That was 3-0, right?
2-0.
Oh my god, I had the scores flipped. Of course I did.
France will win that game, obviously, as well. You have 2 goal scorers for Argentina in that 3-0 game, so one player will obviously bag a brace.
Oh, wait, fuck. What am I celebrating?
You need to get, remember, 1 incorrect guess will knock you out, though. So what is your first guess for Argentina's goal scorers?
Messi.
Messi is one of the goal scorers. He will be the one that has just one. What Argentinian player had a brace in that game?
I have 2 options here. I'll go with Lautaro Martinez.
No, it is Julian Alvarez.
I was going to pick him. That was my other guess. Yeah.
It's okay. France will obviously win 2-0 against Morocco. They will have 2 goal scorers in that game. Who are the 2 players that scored for France? What's your first guess?
Mbappe.
No, Mbappe did not score in that game. Theo Hernandez and Kolo Muani had the 2 goals for France in that game. You do take the lead, however. You are currently now on 12 points to Jeff's 11. So you will take the lead, though, going into Jeff's 4th round.
Fuck yes.
Do I get to guess the final or no? Is it just the semifinal?
Just the semis.
Okay.
Jeff, your wheel spin. This is where Kieran needs another wheel. I think 1934 is still out there. I want to say there's somewhere there. Ooh, is it going to slide into the 70s? No, right on the line.
94. Oh,
1994 World Cup for your fourth spin. Okay. The last time the U.S. actually hosted the World Cup before this one as well. So kind of funny enough, we got this one. Jeff, you have 4 countries that made it to that year's semifinal, obviously. What is the first guess of those 4?
I think the final that year was between Brazil and Italy, so I'm going to go Brazil and Italy for one of
Yes.
the 2 teams.
Brazil is,
I'm
correct.
trying to remember the other 2 though, which I don't fucking
Oh,
remember.
you're guessing Italy as well?
Yeah, I guessed Italy too.
That is correct. Obviously, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yep.
No, you're good.
You were
You're
looking
good.
for these
Fuck.
who those 2 teams played then.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember right now. Fuck. I'm gonna go France.
No.
Fuck. I'm torn between 3 teams right now. Fuck. Got
Yeah,
Germany,
one guess.
Netherlands.
You get a point.
I've got Germany, Netherlands, or Italy.
And you know what?
Wait.
No, wait,
No,
you
wait,
already said
already-
Italy.
No, I already said Italy. So Germany, Netherlands. I'm gonna go Netherlands.
Incorrect.
Fuck.
It would be Italy versus Bulgaria and Brazil versus Sweden. Yeah, it is right. Sweden has made it to 3
Sweden,
World Cup
man.
semifinals.
Wow.
Sweden. What the fuck?
The Italy will win. What is this? You want to take a guess at the score of the Italy-Bulgaria game?
Give it like a little 2-0 victory for Italy.
Close. 2-1 Italy.
Oh my god, bro.
Sweden, Brazil. Brazil will win that game. Obviously, what is the score of that game?
3-1.
1-0. So no points
Oh,
on that.
fucking course, bro.
2-1. You have 1 goal scorer for Italy. They will bag a brace. Who is that goal scorer for Italy?
Baggio.
It is Baggio. You have a goal scorer for Bulgaria in that game. Who is the scorer for Bulgaria?
Stoichkov.
It is Stoichkov. You only have 1 goal scorer, obviously, in that 1-0 game. Who is Brazil's goal scorer against Sweden?
Rivaldo.
No, it is Romario. Romario de
Fuck
Souza
you,
Faria.
man. Oh my god.
However, Kieran, this is going to have to be a big round here, I believe. Well, actually, no. Sorry, if I could count correctly. Jeff is now on 15 to your 12, so you're going to need at least 3 points to force the tie here on this round. If we want to as well, we can do the final tiebreaker if you want to have a little bit more fun, just for like a final say all. But Kieran, your final out of your 5 spins will now see you on the year 1974.
Okay.
Pull up the almanac here. Okay, this is an interesting one. So I have to explain to you guys how 1974 worked. So for 1974 and 1978, after the first round of group stages, there was a second group stage that they all went into that then determined the third place game and the final game. So for this one, it's going to change a little bit different. I'm going to ask you then to name the third place matchup with the scoreline and the goal scores, and the World Cup final 2 teams, the scoreline and the goal scores. That's how I would have done it for 1974, 1978, and I believe 1950. Those are the 3 ways that operated that. So this isn't like, I feel bad you're not getting screwed over. This is just the way that the year works. But you're like I said, you're going to still have 4 countries in that 1974 World Cup. I will tell you the host country. 1974, I believe, was West Germany for that World Cup. So, Kieran, to start us off, you have 4 guesses for the third place game and the final. Who are those 4 countries?
I know the final was Netherlands and West Germany.
Yes, so 2 points off the bat for Kieran right there. You are just looking then for that third place game.
Italy?
No. One more guess.
France.
No, it will be Brazil, Poland, actually, in the third place game.
Okay.
Poland will get the victory over Brazil. Guess the scoreline.
1-0.
Correct. You currently now tied with Jeff.
Oh, look at that.
Netherlands,
Look at
West
that.
Germany. What was the score of that final?
1-0.
2-1.
Oh my
Close.
god.
1-0 for that Poland-Brazil game. Who want to take a guess at the Polish goal scorer? You can throw out a last name if you want. It's not Lewandowski.
Plesnikowski.
No, Grzegorz Boleslaw Leto is the goal scorer for Poland. 2-1 game. Three goal scorers in title, so two different goal scorers for Germany and one for the Netherlands. West Germany first. You want to take a guess at one of their goal scorers?
Muller.
Gerd Muller is one of the goal scorers. You now take
Fuck.
Jeff for the overtime for the lead. Just want to take a guess at the other goal scorer.
For Germany, you mean?
Yes.
Close.
No, Paul Breitner. And then the Netherlands will have a goal scorer as well. Would you like to take a guess, at least for the Netherlands goal scorer?
Cruyff.
No, Johannes Jacobus Niskanen. So a really Holland last name. I don't know what I thought I said there. But either way, you are on 16 points. Jeff is going to have 15. So Jeff is going to need, obviously, at least a point in this final round. We're going to have one last wheel spin. Jeff, the ball will be very much in your court here.
No! Don't go to 1962! No!
Yes. Oh my God.
I was so close to 2010!
Thank God.
Okay,
Oh
Jeff,
my
for your
God.
final round. Your final regular season, whatever round.
Oh my
Season is
god!
1962. 4 countries. Who are the 4 countries? Oh, would you like the host? I guess.
Yes, I'd like to know the host nation.
1962. I believe Chile is the host. Okay. Would you like to take a guess with the 4 countries in the 1962?
Uruguay.
No.
Fuck.
3 guesses left. I will. No, actually.
No more hints. Don't give me hints. No.
Okay.
Who would have won the World Cup at that time? Uruguay was like one of my picks.
3 guesses for 3 more left for these countries.
Germany?
No. 2 guesses
Fuck.
left.
Oh my god. Brazil.
Brazil is one of those. You are now
Okay,
tied with Kieran.
Tied. All right.
You have 1 guess left.
Game winner here.
I think I do want to do this final round though, regardless, just for like a final point breaker, because I this can't end on just like I think this got to end with something more fair for you guys. You got 1 guess left for one of these other.
What was the nation that I just said? I said Uruguay.
Yes.
I said
You
Germany.
said Brazil. You got Brazil correct. You said Germany as well.
Fuck it. Argentina.
No.
Damn.
Okay. You should have. Funny enough, you did do the right thing. You asked for the host nation. Brazil will play Chile and beat them in one of the semifinal matchups.
Fuck,
Oh.
really?
Your other hint would have been that it would have been in between 2 countries that no longer exist. It was Czechoslovakia versus Yugoslavia in the other semifinal matchup. Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia. Would you like to take a guess at the scoreline? Czechoslovakia will win if that helps. I don't know if it will.
3-1.
It is 3-1.
No fucking.
No way, bro. No way.
Come on, vamos.
A guess at the scoreline.
No. Oh wait. Which game? Sorry.
Brazil, Chile.
2-0 Brazil.
4-2 Brazil.
Fuck.
I'm going to skip the Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. I don't think even the last names aren't like guessable last names. You have only 2 goal scorers for Brazil, so you have 2 players that bag a brace in that game. First, yes.
I'm gonna go with Zico for Brazil.
No, it is Garincha and Vava will grab 2 goals each there.
Fuck, man.
And you have a guess for Chile as well. Chile will have 2 goals, 2 different goal scorers.
I have no clue from Chile at that point, unless it was like Alexis Sanchez, but I have no clue for.
You want to throw out a guess?
Nah, I have no clue. No clue.
This is Jeopardy style, so you just got to throw out a last name if you want.
Rojas.
No, you should have stuck it with Sanchez. Both of them were last name Sanchez.
Shut
Jorge
the fuck
Luis
up. No, they
Carlos
were not.
Sanchez and Lineros Sanchez were the other 2 goal scorers for Chile.
Oh my god.
So you will finish up this round at least, Kieran. I'm sorry, Jeff is winning 17-16. Would you guys like a final
Yeah,
Jeopardy
do it
style?
for do like fuck.
I
Remove
can tell
all
you.
the 19s. Remove all the 19s.
You want
I don't
okay?
know.
Actually, you want all how do you want to do it? Do you want me to remove all the 2000s onward, or remove all of the 2000s onward and do the 90s below?
Remove
Whatever
all.
better.
Just do the 2000s. Just do 2000s.
Just the 2000s. Okay.
Yeah. Because there's the 2010s, obviously, and all these things, but who's gonna be lucky to get 2002 or 2010, 2014, and then see what Kieran
I think the
gets?
way I'm going to do this then is I'm going to go back and forth. Then you'll get 1 year. With there's normally 4 countries. You'll go back and forth guess for the countries. You'll get. I think then probably would be 2 each. We'll kind of go like it from there. Does that sound fair for this final round or no?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can do that.
A final spin for a final World Cup year. I'm kind of hoping it's not 2018 because I feel like that would just be a little boring. But give us
Oh no, I was
2006.
hoping it was 2018.
They're going to give us 2006 here to end us off. I think I X'd out of the host country games already, so I apologize. But you guys can look that up if you would like. Okay, 2006. Kieran, because you are down, give you the start here. You have 4 countries in that 2006 World Cup semifinal, obviously. The countries.
So I'll go Italy.
Yes. Jeff, you get a guess. Yeah, Jeff gets a guess now.
France.
France is also in that as well. Jeff will get another point. You guys are looking for the other 2. Kieran.
Oh boy.
Here, I'll give you this for both of you. Wait. You guys have guessed 2 of the matchups. Your Kieran, what was your guess again?
My
first
first
one?
guess, I did Italy.
Yes. So Italy will play another team, and France will play another team as well for those other matchups. That before you make your guess.
Brazil?
No. Jeff, you get 1 guess here to end it off. This
Germany.
Yes.
Oh my
Germany
God,
will get it.
bro.
You get 1 more guess as well because there's still 1 country out there. Jeff, 1 guess.
I'm trying to remember. Netherlands?
No,
Actually, no. It's a
Portugal.
stupid pick. Oh my God! I was gonna say Portugal too, but I was like,
Aaron,
wait.
you are
could have been
down 2. Sorry, no. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Scoreline of Germany, Italy. Kieran.
Germany,
Oh,
Italy, 2-1.
No, Jeff. Guess.
1-0.
No, 2-0.
Fuck.
France will
damn
win against Portugal. Kieran, score of the Portugal-France game.
Portugal, France, 3-1.
1-0. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't give Jeff a chance to guess. My bad. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, Jeff, but you are leading by 2. So this will go to the final round now with the goal scorers for this. There are actually only 3 goal scorers in total. So, Jeff, if you would like me to, I can give it to Kieran now to give him the chance to see if he can get you for the win or not. Okay? Is that fair? Is that okay?
That's fair.
Can you close this off? So you have 3 goal scorers in total. Italy, Germany is a 2-0 win for Italy. One of the goals, start with the goal scorers for Italy.
You said there's 2 goal scorers in this game?
2 goal scorers for Italy. And then there's 1 goal scorer in that France versus Portugal game, which will end 1-0. So you have 3 goal scorers in total. 1 that is French, 2 that will be Italy. If you want to just guess, throw out names between those 2 countries, I know what we're talking about. So 2 of them are names you've heard of. 1 of them is definitely out there.
Andrea Pirlo.
Yes, Del Piero will score for Italy in that 2006 game. So now you are only a point behind tying Jeff. You're looking for 1 more goal scorer in that Italy game, and then the scorer for France against Portugal.
So I can do any play for any nation.
Yeah. If you want to levy the guess, yes.
Thierry Henry.
No. Okay, that will seal it. Jeff will end this off victorious. It will be Zinedine Zidane scoring for France.
I was going to go Zidane
Portugal.
too.
And then Fabio Grosso will score for Italy as well in that game against Germany. Final score will be Jeff 17. Jeff 19 to Kieran 18, with Jeff taking home the victory in our little semifinal World Cup trivia. Thank you guys for going along. I will stop sharing the screen. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for letting me do that. I appreciate
No,
it.
that was fun, man. I appreciate that. That was really fun. My camera went out as we were recording, but that was fucking fun. I had a feeling I was gonna guess for it. I'm happy I gave Kieran the shot because I was like, I was gonna say Materazzi for Italy. So, oh yeah, it was a good. What's the name of the dude who had Zidane? For some reason, I thought he scored that crazy curler of a goal. I was also gonna say Cannavaro as well. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Cannavaro too. That was the other guy I had as that easy option. But that was fun. I felt bad for Kieran, especially those first few rounds. I was like, dude,
Yeah,
he got
you got the getting like the 1930s off the bat is
fuck. That is
1930, 1938, like, oh my
I'm
god.
not gonna lie, bro. I can't believe I got some of those picks with the score lines right, bro. That was complete. Like,
I
wait,
love
what?
seeing your guys' reactions once one of you would like guess one of them just completely correct. That was probably like the best part almost every single time.
Yeah, but I think that'll be all for today's episode. Thank you for playing the game. Thank you for hosting the game, I should say, Isaac. That was really fun. We're gonna do more of that. Maybe we'll do one for the final. We'll do a separate episode for like playing the game with like final predictions. And I'm gonna do this again. We're gonna do 5 rounds, with the finals. Though, either it's me and you, we'll do it. We'll do it. But just want to say thank you again. Can't wait for semifinals as always. England versus Argentina, France versus Spain. I know Isaac has Spain winning it. Kieran, you have France. I have France as well winning it all. So we'll have to wait and see whether our predictions are completely right or completely wrong. But can't wait for this coming Tuesday and Wednesday for all these games and matchups. But as always, you're listening to the Outlawn Podcast. Thank you once again. I'm your host, Jeff Canova, joined by Isaac House and Kieran Keneally. And we'll see you in the next episode.